Good morning, everybody. We're here in our Rohrstown Road store for Stauffers of Kissel Hill. My name's Jesse, and what we wanted to share with you this morning were some easy to grow perennial plants for a shadier spot. So a lot of us have planted perennials over the years. Some have come back, some haven't. We're going to show you some varieties that you can have a lot of confidence with planting these in a shadier spot and having them come back year after year. Hostas are great, and I'll start with those. This one is called Rainforest Sunrise. And there's a ton of different varieties of Hosta out there in the market right now. This one has that kind of limey green leaf with some darker edges to it. It is going to bloom as well. This one's called So Sweet, and it has more of a lighter variegation to the leaf. Great way to darken up maybe a shadier spot in your yard. So hostas you can't go wrong with. They're what they call herbaceous, so they die back to their roots every year. In the fall, you just cut those off and they'll regrow again in the spring. Same thing with the stilbies, and these are great. This one's called Visions in Red, and you can see the spiky flowers that are coming up right now. This is going to bloom prolifically very soon and open up with more of a reddish, kind of more of a fuzzy type flower to it. Great addition to your shade garden. Okay, now we want to show you a collection of plants called coral bells. Or heuchera, and they come in a variety of different foliage colors, leaf textures, but they're great, easy to grow plants for that shadier spot. 8 to 10 inches on this one, so this one's pretty much full grown. It's called Black Pearl, and you can see how dark that foliage is, which is really cool for coral bells, and with the blooms that come up above it as well. Just a great plant for a sunny spot. And this one I really like. This one's called Midnight Rose, and if you take a look at the foliage on there, man, that's just a really interesting perennial plant for a shade garden there. So coral bells are just great plants to add to your shade garden, easy to grow. They're gonna fill a space, not take over. You're gonna get the blooms, and then you're also gonna get the really neat leaf textures that coral bells are known for. One last group of plants we wanted to show you for a shadier spot would be perennial ferns. And there's a lot of different types of perennial ferns out there that you can plant in your shade garden. But we wanted to highlight these because we just think these are amazing. These are Japanese painted ferns. You can take a look at that different, very unique foliage frond that comes out there from the Japanese painted ferns. Great, easy to grow ferns for your shade garden. You'll get, it'll brighten up some of a darker spot because of the foliage that you have there. So Japanese painted ferns, you can't go wrong with them, but there's a lot of other different types of ferns. If you want a fern that gets taller, bigger, fills a bigger space, there's a big selection in our stores right now for ferns for shade. But Japanese painted fern, you can't go wrong with that one. It's a gorgeous fern.